An offhand jest I made during a segment about whether Santa should be replaced by a penguin has now become a national firestorm.
So while we're messing with Uncle Sam, we thought we would talk to somebody who messed with an equally important cultural icon. Aisha Harris is the host of NPR's Pop Culture Happy Hour. You have a history of messing with icons. You messed with one maybe even bigger than Uncle Sam, with Santa Claus, right?
Yeah, several years ago, I wrote a piece about growing up and always being surrounded by this image of a white Santa Claus. And in my home, it was always Black Santa all the time. But realizing that he was a fictional character and the fact that we just assigned this race to him, I thought it would be a good idea to maybe switch it up a bit and make him no longer a human. And I thought, hey, let's make Santa Claus a penguin instead.
But you offered this pretty much as sort of an interesting but generally lighthearted sort of deal. And then there was like this big pushback, right?
Yeah, well, Megyn Kelly had several other guests discuss the article, and they did not like it.
And when I saw this headline, I kind of laughed. And I said, oh, this is so ridiculous. Yet another person claiming it's racist to have a white Santa.
She proclaimed that not only is Santa white, but Jesus was also white.
It's interesting. I mean, there's an immediate pushback by people who it's this sort of he is what he is kind of school.
I know you're questioning, should we change the look of Uncle Sam? But I just wonder, do we need Uncle Sam to begin with?
Of course we do. I'm a cartoonist. We simplify things down to little cartoon characters and things. But I think raising the question, exploring the idea of representation, or the people who look at that, like look at Uncle Sam or look at Santa Claus and don't feel represented.
The fact that we now have a Black Afro-Latino Spider-Man, Miles Morales. What was great about that movie, Into the Spider-Verse, was the fact that they imagined a world where Spider-Man could be anything. I think having those conversations and being able to just stretch your imagination is key to us moving forward.
Your sort of portfolio includes not just messing with Santa Claus, but also questioning sort of other things that pop up in the culture, and notably the Dolly Parton theme park.
I visited Dolly Parton's Dixie Stampede, which was basically like medieval times if it met the Confederate South.
The world's most visited dinner attraction. Don't miss it.
It's a lot of, Southern denialism, and it was like the North versus the South. It was very baffling to me. So I wrote about it. I critiqued it. Look, I like Dolly Parton. I think she's fabulous. But we also have to acknowledge that, all of our icons are fallible.
I think it shows the value of these cultural conversations.
And I think what often gets misconstrued is this idea that, minorities, people of color, want all these things just completely erased. And that's not what most of us want. We just want them to be acknowledged. So it's not just about getting rid of things. It's about actually acknowledging the truth. And the way in which the truth has been obscured for so long when it comes to those types of icons and figures.